Good news, I knocked my first 2025 goal out of the water. Bad news is it requires me working a new job. So in this video, we are going to do time blocking, and I'm going to teach you how to do it in expert mode. My preferred calendar app to do time stuff is Fantastical. I don't know if it's available on Windows, but I'm a Mac person, so I also do not 100% care about that. The reason I like Fantastical, though, is it lets you create calendar sets, which allow you to layer things really nicely if you want to make really complicated calendars. And ADHD people, I'm talking directly to you. Time is a thing that exists for other people. For you, questionable. So we're going to learn how to do it together. I spent a significant amount of time trying to figure this out for myself because of that very problem. So starting with it blank, what I just did is deleted everything, whatever I have scheduled for the rest of 2025. Doesn't matter, I already know about it. So brand new calendars, brand new layers, and the goal, hopefully by the end of this video, is I need to figure out a new time to sleep. Very important. Humans occasionally need to do that, I'm told. And right now, I've never had to actually work a night job before, so figure out when the sleeping is going to occur. First things first, what is time blocking? Basically, it's just budgeting with time instead of money. There's 24 hours in every single day, over and over again, and you have 24 hours to spend just like everyone else in the planet. So how I've found this easy to do is start with your biggest chunks of time that are kind of allocated, that you have to be doing something. So that's, for most people, is work and sleep. And it's a suggestion, if you sleep on a consistent schedule and already have that figured out, that's the first thing you should put on your calendar. You feel better if your sleep is consistent, so just put it on your calendar. And I actually like to make it the first in like the things I like check off for the day. It's sleeping is the first thing I do. So my day doesn't end with sleep, it starts with sleep. So that way, like, you don't run out of the budget. You do it every day. It's pre-budgeted, it's pre-blocked, and then that's that. Different for me, because that's what I'm trying to figure out. But if that's you, put it on your calendar every single day, repeating until the end of time. Sleep. When you go to bed, when you wake up. Here's how we're going to do this in Fantastical. So I've got a few things configured in here just based on my preferences. For example, weeks start on Monday for me in my head because Saturday and Sunday are weekends. So starting your week on a weekend is just creating a whole bunch of mental stress for yourself that I don't think is necessary. But if you want to do that, you do you. So like I said, deleted all of my calendars and calendar sets already. Got nothing. There's nothing scheduled. So it's just out there. What we're going to do is create a new calendar to create like the blocks in, so you can start stacking stuff on top of them and see them. Kind of like a meta layer almost. So come in here and add a calendar to my iCloud, and I'm literally just going to call it calendar time blocking. Boom. Get to pick a color for it. Let's see, what do we got here? I usually like purples. Grape, magenta. Magenta looks cool. Let's stick with magenta. All right, and I'm going to also create a new calendar set because I don't want this in my default calendar. It's like a layer that sometimes I enable just to see, but usually I have it turned off. So calendar set, time blocking. And I'm going to uncheck my default calendar. I'm going to uncheck anything with reminders, and I'm going to uncheck holidays. I do not want to see anything on this. I do not want to see proposals, which is a Fantastical thing. All right, so close out of this. And then up here, we can select time blocking, and we're in a brand new thing here. And let me just make sure of something really quick. Yeah, the default calendar you can change. So any new events you add in that calendar set will get created on that calendar. So any new things I create in the time blocking calendar set get added to the time blocking calendar. Makes sense, right? All right, that's that. So I've got 3 stickies in front of me. The first one says sleep, question mark. Next sticky says day job. It has the hours that I work in my day job. This is a pretty standard job that I get to work remotely, thankfully. So the hours for this are pretty much 8 to 4-ish, 4:30 every day, 9 to 5, but I start a little bit early just to kind of get going. So where are we at? Today's Friday. Let's start our week. These are the first things I work this every day, Monday through Friday. So I'm going to add this as my first kind of big block that we need to account for, since we're trying to figure out when the sleep goes. Right, so I'm recording this on December 13th. That means Monday is the 16th. Go here. I'm just going to call this day job. Calendar time blocking. It is not an all-day event. Starts at 8, ending at 16 here. 8 to 4, show as busy, that's fine. And then, let's see, where's the repeating? We're going to repeat this custom every week. Oh wait, it's actually custom here. We have to select Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Boom. Just like that. And if I turn on the week mode, there it is. So that block, which we can specify a little bit more later, but that whole chunk of time is now allocated for me for my day job. The last sticky is my new night job. So we're going to do the same thing, but just with my night job schedule, which is 10, changes a little bit on 2 days, but generally it's about 10 to 7. So let's get this in here. All right, Mondays. 10 to 7 is Monday, Tuesday, and Sunday is this schedule. So night job. Love a good name. All this is fine. Where are we repeating? We're repeating on a custom interval on a weekly schedule. Monday, Tuesday, and Sunday. Okay. And then this ends at 0700. Why is it not letting me do this? Starts. Oh, I have to shift it to the next day here. And it ends at 7. Add event. Monday, Tuesday, and Sunday. Boom. Zoom out on here. Way to do that. Figure that out. All right, there we go. So we can see all the hours at the same time. That's how it looks. Gonna suck, but do the needful. And then let's see, 2 other days here. Got Wednesday, Thursdays, and Fridays off now for this night job. And night job changes a little bit on Friday and Saturday when I go in a half hour earlier. This is not a remote job. So this is 9:30 to 7 on Fridays and Saturdays. Let's see, add event 21:30 ends next day 0700. Repeat custom weekly Friday, Saturday. Okay, why did it not add? Oh, night. I have to give it a name. Night job. And that messed up my repeats. Just let's fix that really quickly. Custom weekly Friday, Saturday, 21:30 to 0700. Boom. Well, there's my work schedule. Fortunately, I am a mythical Sorlockadin coffee lock. So as much coffee as I need, it will sustain me. And we're kind of thinking about this as emergency hours right now, just to resolve my financial situation. So looks like we're going to keep sleep kind of the same time every day. I'm not going to fuck with trying to change it based on the days that I'm working. Just, it's better if you can just consistently do it, like I said. So this is the block right here that I was searching for. So normally I sleep about 6 hours, but right now we're going to be relying on caffeine even more heavily than I already do. So admesh.online/buy me a coffee. But looks like between the hours of 4 and 8 approximately are going to be when I do the sleeping. So let's just add that in there, right? Sleep, if I can spell, sleep 1600. And just with those 3 things, you can start to see how this is starting to work out, right? So all of these sections that are not purple right now are time that I have to play with, that I can schedule other things I need to do, errands, other work, whatever. I'm trying to also build some companies here. You can see we're pretty limited. Some of you might be thinking, oh, multitasking. No, that is a lie. Do not believe anyone who tells you that multitasking is a thing that's possible, because it's not. Do one thing at a time. I think it was Ron Swanson in Parks and Rec. He said, whole ass, one thing. Good advice. Now, according to this red line, I'm supposed to be going to sleep in a couple minutes here, but it's not going to happen today. So, because I'm just creating the calendars into the future. So the next steps with this are starting to get more granular, right? So we've got this free time on, Wednesdays and Thursdays and Saturdays and Sundays a little bit. So any of the next most important things I'm going to be doing will go into those blocks. or big events. So errands that I have to go out and do, etc. The goal is buying back your time. So right now, until I can make more money in each one of these day job and night job blocks, that's what I'm doing. Find a way to replace the day job to make more money. Great. Find a way to replace the night job to make more money. Great. Right now, here's our blocks. So the next step, like I said, is we need to start overlapping. Now with my day job, like I said, I work remotely, have the fortune of working that one remotely. And to be honest with you, there is about an hour of meetings of that I have to do a day. I have to do email for that every day. And then I've got tasks that I can usually finish by around like 1 p.m. So let's get those in there. And this is where calendar sets start to come in handy. So I'm going to add a new one here. And I'm just going to call it day job. I want anything on here, but I do want to see my time blocking schedule that I've already kind of set up on that set of calendars here. So time blocking will just have these purple blocks that I set up. And day job is going to show that as kind of a layer underneath. And then I'm going to stack some stuff in those blocks here to kind of show you how this works a little better. All right, so let's see. We have everything unchecked. Public, is this unchecked? I can't tell. Yes. No, I don't want anniversaries to show. I don't want birthdays to show. Nothing. I just want this calendar. All right. And we're also going to create a new calendar in iCloud. New calendar. And I'm going to call it calendar day job. And then I'm going to make, you know what? We're just going to do this. Use the corporate branding. Day job is blue. Let's see. Got blue bear. Let's go with blueberry. Why not? All right. Day job. Blue. All right. We're going to set our default calendar on this one again. Do day job. And a cool feature of Fantastical is you can automate when your calendar sets activate here. And in this case, I actually do want this to activate at a certain time. So I've got my Outlook or whatever on my work computer over here, but that separate exists on that computer. The only thing I do on the computer is work stuff. But just so I can see it on my personal calendar, what I'm going to do is activate this at a certain time. My day job starts at 8 o'clock in the morning, and it's on weekdays. So we can just keep that. And then every time I will open Fantastical, if it's past 8 o'clock, it will default to that calendar set. So I think that's all good here. Everything else is unchecked. Sounds good. Let's close these settings. And then here we go. So on our Monday through Friday, we're going to stack this up here. And let's see, we're going to create a new event. Just like to double click. Work meetings. It's not an all-day event. You know what? I kind of like to prepare for the meetings a little bit in advance, so let's just call these, keep it easy, 10, let's go 10:30 to 11:30 every day. Fine here. These repeat. Custom weekly. Oh, clicked the wrong box. Weekly. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Boom. Meetings are calendared. Other ones kind of pop up here and there, but generally we do Agile and Scrum, so we have daily stand-ups and do all those fun things. Two other things I want to put in my day job blocks. Do all of my email 2 times a day. Call it inbox 0 because I do not want anything in my inbox. It's literally the goal of it. So we're going to put inbox 0 on our calendar, and then another block that I kind of have just coded as do stuff. Flow block, if you're into that. I hate doing email. It's the worst. And there's a theory with like productivity. I can't remember the name of it. It's something stupid. I think it's like eat the frog or something, where it's basically, I'm a vegan, so I would never do that anyway, but it's basically do the thing you are dreading the most first. And I despise doing email. So like email after I like have a little bit of coffee is like the thing that I kind of do. So I start doing that around like 9:30, and it takes me like 40 minutes, an hour, or somewhere around there. So let's do that one. Motherfucking emails. Okay, let's do new block. Inbox 0. Actually, cancel this. Discard. I do this every day, consistently. So let's switch back and just make it on our sub layer. So it can be, the more consistent you can make your base layers here, the better off the better luck you will have time blocking. So let's go back into our time blocking. And here, and every single day, we are going to add an inbox 0 time block that lasts an hour. So I do this twice a day. So in the day job block, this is going to hit 9:30 to 10:30. I think I started the meetings at 10:30. So let's do this. Oh, wait, it wants me to click the button. Inbox 0. Okay. It is on calendar time blocking, but I want it to be a little bit different color so I can identify that. So this is one of those tasks. Let's pick a fun color for it. Let's see here. Let's see. Licorice. I hate licorice. So let's make it like that. I hate email and I hate licorice. We can just keep our feelings consistent here. All right, starts, ends. It is not an all-day task. Oh my God, that would be the worst. That would be my own personal version of hell, is having to do email. Brain is thinking in 24-hour time. All right, 10:30, 1 hour. Inbox 0, show as busy, alert none. Where's repeat? Repeat. Every day. There it is. Black hole. Bad event. It wasn't as dramatic in dark mode, but there it is. If we come back to the day job, there's that block. It appears. So it's a thing now that's there, and we just have to schedule around it. You will notice there is about an hour and a half at the beginning of my day. That is not the hardest thing. It's because you need to ramp up a little bit with your motivation. So that is kind of a light admin. If I got any chats or whatever I got to respond to right away, any servers or networks need fixing, that's when I do those things. But like, to get the motivation just to even look at email, that's what that's for. But we're going to schedule it later. Like I said, the only other thing I want to put in this block right now is kind of a flow block, which the longest I can sustain that for during the day. I can do it longer at night, which is a different thing. But during the day, about 90 minutes, I could focus on like one thing with ADHD. That's a lot of time. I like to have a little snacky snack after my meetings, get more coffee, etc. So around like noon is when I kind of like get everything I actually like needed, like the major tasks for the day, like done. If there's like any project work, etc., anything that requires like deep focus with do not disturb mode on, that stuff gets done in this kind of block here. So we're in the day job calendar set here, and kind of in this little block right here is where I want to put these important tasks. So we are going to add a new event. Call this do stuff, like I mentioned. I've got 3 of these a day. 3 warlock spells if you play D&D. Significantly high level warlock. Okay, so do stuff 1 is a float thing. We're in our calendar. For day job, I want to start this at like noon and go to like 1:30. Out colors. I'm gonna keep this. This is fine. Okay, why did it change my name? We do stuff 1. Okay, there we go. Noon to 1:30. Color, keep that the same. Repeat. We are gonna do custom. Actually, nope. Change my mind. We're gonna put this on a bottom layer. Just do this every day. Keep it consistent. Discard this. Back to our time blocking. Add an event here. Do stuff 1. Calendar time blocking. Let's pick a fun color. Like a fun color for this. Lemon. We're going to keep a fruit calendar. Lemon. All right. Yellow. This is fine. Repeat every day from noon to 1:30. Repeat every day until the end of time, or I change that. Anything else in here? Not yet. All right. Boom. More blocks. So if we hop back up to our day job again, see that is first kind of flow block is scheduled. And because Fantastical tries to interpret your language as times, changed it on me, but there it is. It's fixed. Just make sure it's fixed in this layer. Yes, perfect. All right. We can see starting to get populated. Mentioned I do email twice a day. The second time I do it does not take me as long as the first time, because usually doesn't take very long the first time either, but I like to give myself time, just because it needs to get done every single day. So the second, just looking at this, I can tell you when I'm going to do it the second time, and it's right here, right kind of before I have to start my night job, so I can go to my night job and not have any kind of messages on my mind. So let's go back to time blocking. We are going to do, let's see, like 30 minutes. Yeah, sure. So let's see, 8:30 to 9. There's a little travel time involved for this second track, so yeah, let's do it there. actually, it doesn't really take me a half hour, if I'm being honest. I'm going to put it here. 20 at 9 to 9:30, we're going to do inbox 0 and just hope to be done. So as long as there's not things overlapping like that's going to cause interference, you'll be fine. If they overlap and it's like a layer underneath, like the time blocking layer, that's fine. But if it starts intersecting when you're supposed to be doing two things at a time, no, stay away from that. So right here, 2100 to 2130, inbox 0, color, other, disgusting licorice, alert. I don't do these. Let's see, repeat every day, 30 minutes, fine. There it is. I do not yet know what all of the responsibilities and stuff of my night job are going to be. Know vaguely, but I have 2 weeks training ahead of me, so we're just going to put that on the calendar immediately. And I'm going to do basically the same thing I did with the day job. We're going to create a calendar set to contain those things, allow it to see the things that I'm putting at the very bottom of my time blocking layer, and then we're going to just put those trainings on the calendar. So you guys know on Mac that command comma gets you into the settings menu of like basically any app. Learned that a while ago. Calendars, night job, new iCloud calendar, night job, like this. We want it a different color that's not blue. Day job is blue. Night job will be red. Maraschino, those are cherries, right? This looks pink. How is this going to show up on the calendar? Otherwise, we'll do cherries. Calendar. Don't want it to show anything from the day job, but we do want it to show the time blocking. We don't want the default. I don't want reminders and stuff right now. I can edit this later. I don't want to see holidays. I don't want to see anniversaries, and I don't want to see birthdays. Our default calendar is going to be night job, and is this? Change that later. Automatically activate. Let's say 9:30 is the earliest that starts. So let's do it like this. 21:30. Repeat weekdays. Custom. Remember, we have Wednesday and Thursday off for this, but I work Saturday and Sunday. All right. Does this look good? I think it does. All right. So we should have a new selector down here. Night. Not that. Night job. And stuff from the day job disappears magically. See, we didn't add it to the layer. So our flow blocks are still there, but remember, I'm putting that kind of on the bottom of my time pyramid here. So let's get these trainings on here. Told I've got like training for like 2 weeks. So what we're going to do is add it to that layer, but we're going to put a stop date on this one. So I can add different things later on, but this is kind of, I found like one of the strengths of this. You put as much as you know, and you just get more granular as you figure more stuff out. So 2 weeks of training coming up. So end date of December 29th. All right, can't see anything in the month view right now. So let's just add a new thing. We're in the night job layer. So training. And for right now, just so it fits neatly in there, I'm just going to schedule it basically for the entire time I'm going to be working. And actually, if I just do this one time, it will just put it in there. So let's do 10:30. We go into the next day for this. Oh, wait. No. Let's start on the right day. And I already don't like the strawberry color, so we're going to change this to more of a red color in a second. Let's do, how does this look? 10 into the next day, repeat every day, repeat end on date, December 29th. Okay, how does that look? And I don't like the color, let's change that. So back into our calendars, setting, other, maraschino. Okay, perfect. Now it's like red. Day job is blue, night job is red. So basically we can see with it like on the night job block, we've got our training all kind of figured out here, except, do I have this right? Nope. Gotta undo it on Wednesdays and Thursdays. Repeat. So this is custom, weekly, Monday, Tuesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Change. Work. Yes, there it is. So still have these days off, but here's my training. Just kind of goes into the night and just kind of repeats until we go to the next week, all the way through. Oh, gotta do it one more time. missed the 20. Oh, wait, did it end up here? Let's just end it on the next date here. Got to be a little funny with the overnight things. Ends on the 30th. Change. All right. And then if we go to there it is. So, got the day job, what I know about the night job so far, that's in the calendar. I'm going to put light admin stuff, which I mentioned before, on here. And I'm going to do that in my time blocking layer, just to get the most things that you can, that you want to do consistently, put there. Just put it on your calendar. So let's go. Inbox 0 starts at 9:30. So let's say we're going to start this at 8:30 and go to 9:30. We're going to call it light admin, or just admin. How about that? I gotta pay bills and stuff, whatever. Anything I can do with my butt in the chair all day. No. 1 hour. What color do we want to make admin? Let's see. We're doing fruits. Grape. We already have blueberry. Let's do lime. And repeat every day. Add event. All right, there's that. So you can, it gives you add more and more stuff like that you just do every day, your routines or whatever. You can kind of see, it just starts to fill out. The smaller you can make your blocks and more granular, the more useful I found this. And I have not done this yet, but if you have a location to do each one of these things, you can add location into your calendar blocks, right? So should I do that? I do location a little bit weird. I'll give you a preview of how I do this. Okay, let's open up our inbox 0. It says add location here. Inbox 0 is done in Bellistor. That is a layer of the abyss. It is a place that, not blister, stupid autocorrect, BELISTOR, layer of the abyss, specifically layer 277. What does that mean? Subscribe, babies. I'll talk about more about layers later in a different video. That is where inbox 0 is done. It is a place in my head, okay, Mind Palace. We go to Bellistor to do emails. Understand? So now it's on the calendar too. Well, it would be if I click the button. All. There it is. Inbox 0. Bellistor. Similarly, work is in the slime pits. Okay? What do we do in the slime pits? Shovel slime. This is both day job and night job are in the slime pits. The differing amounts of shoveling slime that I do doesn't matter, but we can add it in here. Slime pits. Boom. All. And over here, night job. Where is it at? The slime pits. So now it's blocked in time, it's blocked in space, and we just got to populate the rest of the little things in here. Every little thing you need to do on a daily basis should go onto your calendar if you are playing this in expert mode. If you're just starting off with time blocking, start with something similar to what I'm showing here and get more granular as you need to do your stuff for the day. So if you come into your workday, start your workday, you're like, okay, what do I got to do today? Write that stuff down. Make a list, use an app, whatever you need to do, and then every day get in the habit of going onto your calendar, putting a block of time. I'm going to do this thing. If you want to do a location, where are you going to do the thing? Add all those details in there. If you even want to, you can use your calendar. I do not suggest this personally. I suggest you have a different app for your tasks, but if you want to, you can do task management in your calendar. So for example, if you go into your email, there's always like a notes block or something. So you can add a note of your goal or what you need to do for your email. So you can say, empty your inboxes. That's all, whatever you need to just remind yourself or whatever you need to do. And then if you go into that in the future, it says empty your inboxes. You know exactly what you need to do, where you need to be doing it, if that's a physical place or a mental place, when you need to be doing it. And then the trick that's really hard, especially if you have ADHD, is you need to stick to the calendar. If you put it on the calendar and then do not do anything with the calendar, it's useless. It's a useless tool when you're just pontificating. So if you're going to try this, you need to have your calendar visible to you in an app, wherever you need to do it. And when you schedule things to do them, so if you have different stuff to do throughout the day, you want to put it in your different block, the key is to just do it. Do the needful, which is a thing I learned in IT from some overseas colleagues. It is a very useful thing. Whatever your block says you need to do it. And don't overlap. Do not try to multitask. Just do one thing at a time and schedule when you're going to do it. Once you get good at this, it makes your life manageable, despite how few hours you have to do stuff. As long as you have it scheduled, you can manage it. Now I got to figure out where and when to build 2 different companies at the same time so I can escape the slime pits. Do not want to return to the slime pits, but for the time being, do the needful.